Understanding the narrator within. Jonathan had always listened to the voice inside his mind, a gentle, persistent narrator that ran commentary on everything he did. Why did you say that? Was that good enough? Maybe you should have tried harder. It was a quiet background hum, shaping the way sunlight touched his ordinary kitchen on a Tuesday morning, where the air felt on skin as he left for work. Sometimes it sounded like his parents, his teachers, or the news, all sewn together with invisible thread. But one Monday, after a sleepless night filled with restless thoughts, Jonathan paused while pouring his coffee. He wondered, if this voice can criticize me so sharply, can it also comfort me? Is this endlessly narrating mind truly me, or just a habit I've collected over years? That morning, Jonathan decided not to answer back when the thoughts came. He let them play out. You're going to mess up the meeting. You look tired. Instead of fighting, he breathed, slowly, in for 4, out for 6. He watched the thoughts pass, like clouds dragging shadows over his kitchen floor. With each breath, the commentary grew quieter, its authority less absolute. He remembered an idea he'd heard once. Thoughts are just signals, like a radio station. You can choose which channel to listen to. So he tried something new. Whispering softly to himself, he said, "Thank you for sharing." And then, "I can choose a different tune." In the following days, Jonathan practiced greeting the inner narration with curiosity, rather than taking every word as truth. He played with it. When it worried, he reassured, "Let's see what happens." When it doubted, he encouraged, "I am willing to try." Sometimes he'd imagine the voice as a helpful but overprotective friend, thanking it for its concern before deciding what to believe. Gradually, Jonathan began to notice the world more vividly. The smell of toasted bread, the smoothness of sidewalk under his shoes, the laughter of his neighbor's child in the hallway. By stepping back from his thoughts, he rediscovered the present moment, alive, rich, a place where he could simply be without judgment. He realized his thoughts were not always his own. Many had been inherited, absorbed, or repeated until they felt permanent. But with awareness, he could choose which to keep and which to let drift by. He smiled, suddenly lighter, as if he'd opened a window in a stuffy room. That night, he wrote in his journal, "This narrator is just one voice among many. I choose which story to tell." Practical tip: when unhelpful thoughts arise, try naming them gently. That's the worried narrator again. Let go of arguing with the thought. Instead, acknowledge it with kindness and shift attention to your senses. With practice, you become the director of your inner story, inviting voices that nourish hope, compassion, and inner calm.